Welcome guys in my new video. This is another quick video, and finally, as I told you in the last video, we are going to do a review of my new B6 balance charger. It's basically a balance charger like the IMAX B6, but this is Goolrc C. I think it's rebranded because when I turn it on, it basically displays in IMAX B6, which is quite weird. But anyway, it looks like the inner board is of an IMAX and the casing is of this Goolrc C brand. But anyway, I will show you. Let's start. Oh, I got it from Amazon for like 20 euros or so. And it looks like this. There's some ventilation slot, some warning. If you want to read them, stop the video for a while. And there's display, some buttons that I will tell you what are the functions, the function of each of them. The 4mm banana connectors here that then goes to the battery, and the balance connectors when you have to balance some LiPo batteries from 2S up to 6S. And it came with an IMAX B6 box, which I don't know why. Also, the instruction manual is of an IMAX, but the charger is a Goolrc C, which looks pretty weird, isn't it? But anyways, let me show you. The input is here. You need a voltage from 11 volts to 18 volts. I input from 11.18 volts, and it's center positive. I got this adapter of an older router, and it's 12 volts 1.5 amps, but I don't use it. I don't use this one usually. I usually use another adapter that is 12 volts 5 amps, which is actually the current that this needs. You need 5 amps adapter, because if it's less than 5 amps, this charger requires 5 amps when it's working at the full current. But if you connect an adapter like this one that is less than 5 amps, it will not work properly. For example, I can use the charger with this adapter with a current at maximum at 1.5 amp. I can't exceed 1.5 amps, or otherwise it will probably cut off. But anyways, let's plug it in. And it has no switch, so yeah. Plug it there. There we are. It says balance charger IMAX B6. So yeah, it says IMAX B6, not really sure why. But anyways, those are some crocodile clips that came with the box. And there are some different type of batteries you can charge with it. You can charge LiPos. Those are like some settings. Lead acid, naked, nickel metal hydride, and again LiPo. For example, now you have to charge a LiPo or lithium ion. You can also choose 2 seconds. There we are. You can also choose the type, because this can also charge, for example, can also charge lithium ion and the LiPo batteries. I'm not sure how this pronounces. I don't know. As you can see, it says LiPo. No, it says lithium ion, LiPo, Life, 1 to 6 cells, nickel naked, nickel metal hydride, lead acid, and then it have a charge rate from 0.1 up to 5 amps, and the discharge. This also discharge, and you can measure the capacity of the batteries by discharging them. The maximum is 1 amp. But anyways, let's get into the settings, and I can choose here the type of the battery. This is LiPo. Okay, I can put it on lithium ion, or okay, not sure what happened, but my cell phone stopped recording. But anyways, I was saying you can choose, but I usually use LiPo because even if I charge lithium ion batteries, it will charge them up to 4.2 volts. If you choose lithium ion, it will charge them up to 4.1 volts. Then you can choose the check time, delta peak sensitivity. I'll leave it at default. Nickel naked sensitivity, USB. You can also put here a temperature probe, which is not included, so it can sense the battery while charging or discharging, and it can cut off if it exceeds the temperature you set. Now some waste time before discharging and charging, because when it discharges a battery, then it will wait a few times and the time you set for then start with the charging. And it's usually because when discharging or charging a battery, it will slightly heat up, so this charger will wait for the battery to cool down a little bit for then start the charging. Then we have safety timer. If it exceeds the time you set, it will stop charging. Then capacity cutoff is the same as the timer. If the capacity put on the battery or take out from the battery is more than 500 milliamp hours, it will stop charging. Key beep for the buttons. See, it beeps every time I press a button, but it's annoying, so I leave it off. And then the buzzer is the signal when a battery, like if the battery is full or you finished the program you set, it will start beeping. I told you. Input power low. When the input power here goes less than 10 volts, it will beep and stop the charging. And here's from the beginning. Okay, anyways, now let me show you how this works. With LiPo batteries, I can set LiPo charge, which basically can still charge them up to 6S, but it's not balanced, so it could damage your battery. You should use this setting only if your battery have like a BMS, so it's auto balanced. And here you can set the current up to 5 amps, down to 0.1. I usually use the LiPo charge setting for charging like 1 cell or 18650 batteries. Then there's balance, and with the balance mode you can charge them balanced. So if your battery doesn't have any BMS, you can plug here the connector and balance it. For example, here I have my DIY battery. This is a DIY 3S battery that I made. There is XT60 connector and the balance plug that goes here. But the functions of this charger I will show you in another video where I'll explain how this works. Then the fast charging mode was basically the same. I'm not sure what's the difference. And the storage, it puts like the charge like 3.82 volts per cell for putting the storage mode. And discharge down to 3 volts or oh, the flash is gone because my cell phone battery is almost empty. And here you can set 2S, 3S, and that's it. So let me quickly show you a LiPo charge. I want to charge this tiny 1S battery, which is under the 50 milliamp hours. And with an under 50 milliamp hours, it's a better idea to put really low current for such a tiny battery. For example, set LiPo 0.1 amps, 3.7 volts, 1S. So now I can connect it with those crocodile clips that it came with. And in the next video we'll also show you the multiple adapters that this came with. So I can connect it like that. Maybe we'll separate the crocodile. There we are. So the tiny battery is connected and I can press. He checks the battery and then it says to confirm, oh my gosh, that you set it properly. He says that you set 1 cell and he reads 1 cell. So in this case, okay, so let's enter. And it will start charging. Current is 0.1 amp. There's the voltage of the cell, the time, and the capacity milliamp hours, charging, and LiPo 1S. And this is going to be the capacity that slowly comes out in milliamp hours. And the same on discharging, can discharge it. For this tiny cell is also good current, maybe 0.2 amps, not so much current, and I can give a charge. And with the discharging, we will not check the batteries, not sure why. Is discharging 0.2 amps, is the timer, the capacity. Okay, so next video there will be the part 2 of this review. Now I have to go, so thank you for watching and bye guys.